Ladies and gentlemen, we're back trying out another one of your builds. Your builds. The things you comment on the videos and in the Discord channel for build suggestions. If you're not in the Discord, join it. Link in the description. But anyway, this one is not super specific to one user, but I will pull up their message anyway. Dude, you're going to have to get down, buddy. Look at that. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the screenshot, mob top in the Discord. Homing grenade or a grenade level up. I don't know how important level up is going to be to it. Obviously, it'll help level things up over time. In general, I think he's more focused on homing grenade and aura grenade. And guess what? I don't have a diamond wind on my grenade, so we can go grenade build and we can check out Mob Tob's build here. So what I'm going to do is give myself aura grenade to start as if I've used the key totem. Just a little bit of help there with the key totem. Unless we just get it right here. That's not it. Okay. Aura explosion is what it's actually called. Whee! Look at that aura. Wow. So if we can get homing grenade, homing ability, homing bungus, then we're going to be feeling good. Just in general, we're going to have to pick a weapon. Is cluster still good? We will find out. We are already on True Nightmare. We're rocking the hot rod skin as always. The fiery skin. Let's just get into it and let's get it done here in our first attempt. I will not accept death. Unless, of course, it goes horribly wrong in this one. All right, so early on, I realized that the aura damage zone is not really accurate. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just the damage fall-off mechanic. It didn't even look like the aura hit right there. Is it bugged? Dude! Besides that, though, I didn't really find anything exciting in these first few normal islands in the first tropical biome. Pretty straightforward, normal entry, beginning of a run type shenanigans, okay? Moving into the first elite, it was pretty slow, not gonna lie. We made it through, but the poison grub was a bit of a pain. Whoa! 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 I got launched! As for reward, we did snag the Ring of Repulsion relic, so that's pretty nice, especially for True Nightmare. Cannot complain, that's gonna go ahead and carry pretty hard through a lot of these first handful of islands where I don't really have the build going yet. Moving on to the Arctic biome, more of the same. I did find Bouncing Explosion, which in theory is nice. It's not really the build, but it was working. That said, it didn't actually work. Like Noise Storm? Sir? Brother man? It doesn't bounce on the first level. We gotta figure something out here, okay? Moving into the elite, we get double elite lightning crabs. Everyone's favorite. Word on the street. People were talking. Said lightning crabs were everyone's favorite. So yeah, this stinks. This stunk. Past tense. But the Ring of Repulsion did end up making the difference, repelling those attacks back at the lightning crabs, getting it done. Give him a little taste of his own medicine. Yeah, take that. You got hit, dummy. You're a dummy and a stupid man and a stinky dummy man. Double vision. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we will lose the equalizer for a few, but I think it's fine. So yeah, pretty weak build overall so far, but we are making our way through one island at a time, getting it done. These islands are taking a little too long, not gonna lie. Honestly, multiple minutes per island at this point, but again, we're making it work. Another Bouncing Explosion does confirm that level 1 is indeed bugged. Noise Storm, take note, Buster. I'm keeping my eye on you, good sir. Got my eye on you, all right? Moving into this shop. We do actually have some notable loot coming in. I've skipped the last couple shops more or less, but the Infinite Totem gave us Paycheck. And I've been a certified Paycheck hater. I understand. It's pretty weak. It's one of the weaker econ items in the game, even after the rework. Noise Storm swears it's decent, so I decided, you know what? Let's give the benefit of the doubt. Let's spam it. Let's run up a check on that Infinite Totem and try out Paycheck. Turns out level 10 pays 750 crystals. Not a lot necessarily, but every island for an entire biome, that's an extra couple items in your next shop. So hey, we'll see how it goes. This Desert Elite was, more of the same. Ring of Repulsion yet again helping out big time. Sadly, no real good loot here from this one. I'm ultimately still looking for that glue explosion. I know it's not explicitly part of the build, but everyone knows that glue aura synergy, glue explosion would be clutch. And obviously that legendary homing ability. Some decent lava biome action, but I just don't have that much to say as we close out this first full set of islands. It's been pretty uneventful, not really getting the build going. Unfortunately, Mob Tob, I'm sorry, I'm trying, but RNG is RNG, and RNGesus is not on my side for this run so far. Get absolutely sticked. Get stuck. Get glued, loser. Oh, you got glued, Buster. Watch out, you're gonna get glued. Watch me, I'm gonna get him in the middle. Okay. but do get another really nice shop. And I do have to give credit to Paycheck, which gave me the ability to actually buy quite a lot of things here. We get 2 more aura explosions, 3 glue explosions, big chest, streamer loot, collector, double vision on the infinite pedestal to round it out. My goodness. This is one of the most impactful shop islands I've had within the first set of islands in the history of playing this game. I'm not just saying that to hype up this video. I even picked up big ability, which in theory could help the size of the auras, although you'll see, more of a debuff than a buff, but more on that later. And of course, we get hit with our double giant ants for these bosses. Everyone's favorite. Bit of a pain despite the good shop island experience we had. Ultimately, a lot of those items were good for getting a build, but not necessarily good for my immediate damage per second in the short term. And if there's one thing I'm good at in this game, it's being just good enough to scrape. So we do. And that earns a like and a sub, you piece of shit. Scroll down. Do it. Just do it. Nike. All right? Shia LaBeouf. Yeah. Stale meme coming at you hot in October 2024 here. Anyways, the double vision does proc. We get 2 legendary items here, and we pick up faulty chest twice, which is gonna come in handy, let me tell you. So far, it's come together. It's come together. Mobtop, I see the vision. I can see why you thought this would be a fun one. Glue him! Yes! Moving into looping, and the scaling does kick in. It kicks in pretty hard. Most of my loot, again, isn't super damage focused, so it's a little bit slow still. No real notable loot coming into my inventory for these first few islands either, but running theme here, we're squeaking by. 1 island at a time. I did get up to level 3 heatsink, which will help me spam that bouncing aura nade. That is really about it. Although, I will call out, taking this gold totem here, probably not the smartest move. Oh boy, that was not the move. I had money, I had health, and I saw that. I thought it was a fuse. I even paused. I definitely read that it was gold, but it was too late. My finger was already activated, you know? Finger on the trigger, as the kids say. Bomb shot. Yeah. I should have, I don't know, it was a risk, I guess. Risk it for the biscuit. You can pretty much assume from here on out, these shop islands are gonna be making or breaking this run. We had nearly 23,000 crystals. That's a lot of spending potential. And the reroll totem just wasn't breaking. We snagged more heat sink on the infinite pedestal, streamer loot, some hearts, fortitude. The build was getting well-rounded with lots of health and lots of cooldown reduction. This infinite pedestal is coming in very clutch. Some could even say infinitely clutch. Okay, so let's actually look at our stats here for the first time. Legitimately, still at 100% weapon damage, that's fine. Fire rate is up to 78 due to that ring, turbo ring here. Or is it down here? Yep. Ability damage 425, pretty solid, but not really that crazy. 392 global, and I gotta believe that silver lining. Yep, 76 of that. Everything else is pretty normal. Crystal gain 50%. But unfortunately, this elite fight still took longer than I'd like. The absolute glue aura nade spam made it easier than previous elites, and it was nice to find damage explosion and some more streamer loot for the reward as well. I will say that this biome was around when I decided that maybe big ability wasn't the move here. It was starting to get pretty slow, and the bigness only really seemed to be affecting the grenade itself, not the actual aura surrounding the grenade. Definitely starting to show its weaknesses. It's so heavy from big. I don't know how much that's worth it. It's like I'm throwing a brick. You guessed it, another banger shop island. We come out of there with more big chest, a couple levels of triple ability, more glue, more collector, more streamer loot, more fortitude, coral amulet. Guys, it is starting to snowball. If it wasn't already, it definitely is now. And moving into this elite fight, we finally see elites become easy, or at least noticeably easier. I still get hit more than I should. Skill issue. Go on. Go on. Comment skill issue. I see you, Fwappy. You can do it. It's fine. I'm not even mad. Stop saying I'm mad. I'm not mad. I promise. I'm not mad, dude. Stop it. I'm not mad. With all that being said, though, the looting does start to slow down. More options, and I'm still keeping my eye out for a few things, means I'm taking my time. I'm not just auto-looting these things. Grenadier is a big one I snagged here, along with more ore explosion, plus we get a faulty chest proc, so I end up with some extra collector as well. I'm definitely tearing it up at this point in the run. This is turning out to be a good one. Like, come on, look at that. Look at this. Excuse me, coming through. Auras. I even snagged a nice cheeky XL totem for Island 46. Ladies and gentlemen, we can handle the XL totems. And yeah, it was hectic, but manageable. I also discovered the skulls don't really know how to handle things when a player is up on these middle rocks. So that's pretty nice too. Maybe I just need to be up here. Are the skulls unable to do much here? Do they not know how to hit me up here? Yo! Is this an exploit? At this point, the shops are nuts, and I don't have the attention span to sit here and edit showing you all of the good things I'm getting. Just know everything's going up. Bigger number, better person. That said, I did spam Rising Star Greed perk on the Infinite Totem to the point where the number of enemies is truly doubled. So this elite fight should be pretty interesting. Now, does that double the amount of elites? That's the... Let's find out. Immediate smacking. Okay, when I said that, that's not what I meant. As expected, it was hectic. But once I dropped big ability just to try it out, it was GG's. It was GG's. Big ability is dragging my ass down into the pavement. Faulty chest procs numerous times here as well. At this point, it's just a given that I'll receive multiple items per chest almost every single time. And yet, with all of these loot items, faulty chest, the extra enemies, everything, I still really only have my eyes set on 2 specific items. The coveted legendary homing ability and the ability ring relic. So I start to take as many relic portals as I can. I also finally make the executive decision to salvage big ability as I realize it wasn't even making the auras larger anyway. The build instantly performed better. Now the big ability wasn't absolutely neutering my range and barely even adding that much more damage. We're getting pretty close to the end of the loop here, so I knew that even if I do find the items I'm looking for, I don't really have any time to show them off. So we're going to go ahead and loop it a second time and go into that third set. More or less skip the shop here. I do end up picking up Layered Explosion, which helps out a lot for overall DPS output. Moving to the bosses, as you know, Rising Star coming in hot. We've got not 1, not 2, but 3 King Skulls and 1 Giant Ant. Didn't really matter though. I melt them very fast. This build is clearly starting to run. We're not jogging. We're running, baby. As a reward, we snag multiple clone explosions, which creates an absolutely insane reaction with the bouncing and the layered explosion. This is not exactly the build that MobTop was going for, but I'm very happy with it regardless. Excuse me, coming through. I've seen people post clips like this where they have builds like this, and I'm like, that seems like a lot, and I don't even know how you get to that point in a normal-sized run, but we're on Island 61, you know, and we got here in the mid-50s. It seems absurd. Naturally, I'm making extremely quick work of this next biome. I've used a skill ring to get not 1 but 4 legendary chests on this Waves Island, which only reinforced my clone explosion further. Faulty chest, care package, etc. also got some additional levels. No luck finding that elusive homing ability though. A couple more easy islands and we are already on to another shop. More of the same, we're buying things out, baby. I am quite financially stable, got a big boy job and a big boy paycheck here in this run, so everything is ramping up every single shop. Flappy would approve of this run. See, I think I can handle it. I think I can handle a triple XL totem on an elite, and I have Rising Star, which is already doubling my enemies. I mean, I think I'm going to have like 12 elites. We'll see. They're all dead already, maybe? If I can clear this in one clip, that would be absurd. Oh my Christ, I think I did. What? Huh? Alright, if we don't get a homing explosion from this, then I'm sorry, but I'm gonna cry like a little baby, because that's rigged. Someone can say rigged for me, please? Rigged in the comment section if I don't get a homing explosion during this. Yeah, that's a bit rigged. So at this point, you're probably screaming at your monitor. You're probably even typing out a comment. You're probably angry. You probably think I'm an idiot, because Furnace, brother man, homing ability is not in the game anymore. It's been removed a long time ago. I know. Narrator Furnace knows. Narrator Furnace is also going to tell you to relax. Because in-game Furnace was a bit of a dipshit and didn't know at the time, okay? So relax. Hold your horses. Enjoy my suffering. On the other end of the spectrum, though, Ability Ring is indeed in the game. 100%. No disputing that fact. And it's pretty frustrating that I'm not finding it after this many relic chests with this many options. No, seriously. Look at this. Are you looking? Are you actually looking, though? Like, you're not just listening? Like, while you're on the treadmill or, like, maybe in the car? Are you looking at your screen? I mean, if you're in the car, like, relax, okay? Be safe. But are you looking? Look how many chests that is. Still no ability ring. Noidstorm, I'm calling you out again, bucko. I swear to God, I will send you a whiny baby bunker ass message if these shenanigans continue. You have been warned, good sir. Moving into the shop, we abuse the infinite pedestal once again, and we get more and more bouncing shot. It's effectively too many bounces at this point. I also decided to try something out that honestly could be its own video. Okay, that's not the build. We're gonna get rid of that one. All right, maybe bouncing is too much, but good luck. Okay. At this point, I actually do start to contemplate getting rid of Bouncing Explosion and maybe even Cloning Explosion too. Obviously, the build is nuts with all of these items, but it's also really hard to tell what's going on. And it's not even the build that MobTop wanted me to go for, so I feel a little bit weird about it. Especially after spamming the infinite pedestal for more Grenadier, I can essentially just throw infinite Oronades. Do I really need them to bounce and explode multiple times as well? 25 grenades seems like a lot. And I think for the purpose of like lag, and they're already cloning. Honestly, clone is just additional, but they don't do shit. They just end up being annoying. I don't know. I think I'll keep those back, and we'll see if I actually think I need them. I'm gonna bring them into this fight and just immediately drop them and see what happens. I don't need them. I don't need them. I don't need those items. I don't want the explosion. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want that. Turns out Noidstorm's paying attention because he did respond to a late night Discord message. I don't know how late it was for him, but brother, you need some sleep. But I had asked him, hey man, I'm not finding homing explosion. Is it actually in the game? No, nope, it's not. From the source, it is not in the game. My disappointment is immeasurable. That's the look of a fucking moron, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute dingus. A knucklehead McSpazatron, as some would say. We do move on, though. Pick ourselves up by our bootstraps. You know, it's hard living this life, but someone's got to do it. Fucking stupid. We do decide to get rid of Bouncing Explosion here at this point, but we hold on to Clone because it is pretty funny, and we didn't want to get rid of it too much. These remaining islands are a joke, especially now that homing is not even in the cards for us. We're going to start speeding. We've changed up the build a little bit, but MobTop, you know, or grenade, or explosion, whatever. Pretty good. I'm a bit sad that homing is gone, but it is what it is. A few more islands, bring it on home, take the dub. Good build, Mob. Now, if you're watching, you're like, well, I want him to try my build. Then type it into the freaking comments or join my Discord. Type it into the Discord channel for the suggestions. Man, I will check those out eventually. Can't promise I'll do every single one. And I do want interesting builds. Like, this is a pretty interesting one, and honestly not too hard to go for. But definitely give me unique builds. You know, I don't do homing shots, like great. Or a shot, glue shot. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that. I've seen that one before, as a matter of fact. Been playing this game since day one. I was the first person to receive a code from Noidstorm to play the game, period. I was the first person that isn't like his friend to play this game. So I know about Aura Shot, Glue Shot. You don't have to throw me that one. It's okay. But yeah, if you got some cool, unique builds, let me know. I will try them out, potentially. And here in this final shop, it's pretty much what you'd expect. Yep, that's right. I waste time looting more things that have no effect on the fact that I'm in a final boss. More econ, more health, more damage, as if it matters.
Clip it, dude. Put that on the social media to get 300 views on TikTok. Let's go, TikTok. Such a good app. Everyone loves it.
But yeah, GG's to those bosses. It wasn't really hard. I know. Hold your applause. I'm the best player in this community. God, stop commenting. Stop sending me messages. I get it. I'm so good. Relax. Well done. Well done, Mob Top. Good build, good build. Appreciate the suggestion. Easy diamond for the grenade. Now let's transition to a new part of this video series where we do a good old tier list, baby. Wow, let's milk this form factor to death. But Mob Top, are you watching? Time to put your build to the test and see how it stacks up against the other submissions that we've played so far. But first, I need to quickly actually rank those because this is the first time we're doing it. So let's do that now. First off, we had a super slow heavy hitter laser cannons build suggested by Godling. This one was hilarious, but ultimately mid as fuck. Not a good build. Funny, but not actually good. So we're throwing that bad boy in C tier. Next, I ran a movement build where, thanks to new relics, dashing triggers reloads, and reloads trigger reload arc. Take suggested this one, and it was surprisingly strong, but definitely a bit harder to set up. Solid A tier. For the third video in the series, I took Biggie Fresh 123 suggestion from the YouTube comments and tried to make the blade launcher as massive as possible by stacking Big Shot. This one's pretty easy to get, and it is certainly not that unique, but you would be a fool to ignore it, because this one is insanely strong. There's no two ways about it. S tier. And for the most recent video in this series, I took another suggestion from the boy Take to try out all the new lightning stuff. It was just a lightning focused build. There's new items in the game like Electro Globe ability, Lightning Claws, even Lightning Dash legendary perk, which disappointingly I didn't actually find. But regardless, the build kicked ass. This is another A tier. And now we have what you just witnessed with this Aura Grenade build. Technically, he suggested homing ability. Obviously, that's not in the game. Technically, he did say level up. I did get that, but I just didn't really focus on it. All in all, I did take some liberties. We added bouncing, clone, layered, etc. And you saw the result. This build's good. That's all there is to it. I'm going to put this one up in S tier as well. Well done, Mob Top. So yeah, there it is. The Aura Nade Explosion build sitting loud and proud at S tier. That's all I got for you. Hopefully it was a fun one. Let me know if you like the new narration style. Just trying it out. If you like the video, it does help me out. Subscribe to the channel for more Crab Champions. I'm your motherfucking guy. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care.